I am here with draft prospect Rashad Weaver out of Pittsburgh, a defensive end. How are you doing today?
I'm good, just making the most out of my off time a little bit. Really don't have off time, but besides working out, just finding things to fill my day with.
And during this season, you had to play through a pandemic. There's a lot of off time right now, but can you just describe how you adjusted to that and kind of what you're doing in your downtime right now?
Yeah, during the season with the pandemic, I just tried to make the best schedule I could. I'm a scheduled person. I try to stick with that. Just to be scheduled and know what you have planned, and then if something does get thrown off with COVID test or games being canceled or practice, you just adjust on that time. But so it was really a hour to hour thing with games and practice, and we had one practice shut down in the middle because of test and a game canceled and moved. So just kind of had to roll with it. And now since I've been back to Pittsburgh since after pro day, I've just try to stick to working out and in my free time. Like I said, I haven't had much, especially when I was out there training. So I'm just enjoying it. And I'm actually leaving Pittsburgh in a couple of weeks, go back home to Florida. So I'll probably have more stuff to do there.
When you talk about pro day, can you just explain how that was for you, the nerves going in? Were you nervous or were you kind of just ready to go for it?
Yeah, I would say it was a little bit of both. One, I just know I was prepared. I went to the best training facility in the country, had some of the best coaches out there. And I knew I was ready and I knew what I was going to go out there and do. But at the same time, you're just always a little nervous, I guess, with butterflies, just especially since it was like I trained 3 months for 4 drills that take like 5 seconds. So seems like a lot of work for less than 2 minutes of my life. But no, I was definitely ready, and I was happy how it played out. I think I did a great job and had a winning day for me.
And a lot of people are going to see your name. They're going to watch that pro day reel. Can you tell us just who is Rashad Weaver and why should people be looking out for your name coming up in the 2021 draft?
Yeah, Rashad Weaver is a all-around defensive end. He gets the job done in the run game, the pass, when he can't get to the quarterback, gets his hands up to knock down balls. And I think I just affect the game every play I'm in. And I think when people see that in the draft, or if they watch my tape, they love it. And again, a guy that gets plays. I'm productive. That's what I know. And they're getting the full package when they get me. And I know anywhere I go, I'll just keep working and everything I bring. And the same down. I'm a 3-down type of defensive end.
Now, is there any player that you kind of model your game after in the NFL or that you've looked up to growing up?
I try to take a lot from a lot of different players. Just what things I think work for me, my body type, my game style. I like watching Chandler Jones. He's a long, lengthy defensive end. I don't know the same. J.J. Watt, just because he can play up and down the line and impact the game in the run or the pass, like I just mentioned. And then I've started watching some Jason Pierre-Paul just because he's a big defensive end and he's been putting up good film and games the past couple of years, and I'm just trying to watch that. And those are guys I think I can kind of fit the mold of. So.
When you talk about J.J. Watt, what are your thoughts on him going to Arizona? Were you excited to kind of see that trade and him go to a team that now has a lot of playoff contention?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be him and Chandler Jones out there, so that'll be fun to watch. And Coach Partridge, my D-line coach, actually coached J.J. Watt at Wisconsin, so I've watched a lot of film on him and had a lot of talks with Coach Partridge about him. And it'll be fun to see what they do out there. They have those two veteran defensive ends on the – they play the game a little different when you're that old and you've seen a lot. So it'll be fun to watch.
Absolutely. And you said you're from Florida, but you went to college at Pittsburgh. So do you have a favorite team growing up? Is it a Florida team? Is it a Pittsburgh team? Where does your loyalties kind of lie?
Man, I guess I'm a little everywhere. I was born and raised in Indiana. So, like,
Oh, wow.
growing up, I loved the Colts. Like, Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James, Dwight Freeney, like, all those guys when they were on the Colts. That was my squad. And then when I moved to Florida and Peyton Manning, went to Denver, and I just didn't, watch the Colts as much. I really just started to fall in love with players. Like, I really loved Cam Newton in high school. Like, that was my guy. Cam Newton, I always like watching him in college and in high school, everything, just like his swag, the way he played, his confidence, how he had fun with the game. And so I'd say that was kind of my teams and my players growing up.
Yeah, and Cam Newton with the Patriots right now, kind of getting a little bit of backlash, from fans saying that he's washed up, and him coming back out saying, of course, I'm going to prove to everybody that I'm still here, that I can still do this. Has there ever been a time for you in your college career where you kind of felt that, where you've had an injury or, kind of just felt down and you had to really overcome something to get to where you are now?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I think after my 2018 season, I had an all right season, and I put in a big off season to take my game to the next level after hearing feedback and that I could leave as a redshirt junior. So I did that, and I went into the camp of 2019 and I tore my ACL. And the game of football is what can you do for me now? So the season went on, and I feel like people just kind of forgot about me, no fault of their own. Like new people rise and emerge. But and then it was just a question mark of how I was going to come back from a knee injury. Some people, it affects them different than others. And I think I just was kind of off the map. So when I came back this 2020 season, I had that on my mind, that they were going to know that I was back and who I was by the end of the season. And I think I did that, most definitely.
And with the torn ACL, of course, the physical pain, not being able to play, but how does that take a toll on you mentally? How are you able to come back from that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a little crazy. I was kind of cool. After like the first day, I cried a little bit, told my mom. And then after the first day, I was like right in rehab. I was in there lifting with the strength coach, like just talking about the 2020 season a whole year away. Like I was like, just like we're working towards that, setting a new goal. I'm a big goal guy. I set long-term goals, everyday goals, medium goals, and that's just what helped me get through it. And mentally, I was good. I just tried to keep myself locked in. I traveled with the team, was at all the practices, did everything still, all home and away games, helped coach on the sideline, had a headset. I was in on all the meetings. I wanted the D-line room to get better even while I wasn't playing, the younger guys to get better with this void that needed to be filled. Someone else to step up, or, and Pat stepped up crazy in 2018 or 2019. And it was just great. And I learned more football, from the coaching perspective on the sideline. And I helped the team and they helped me get better. And I'd say just the hardest part was sometimes, every once in a while, just sitting back watching TV or anything, just knowing like guys that were getting recognized or getting drafted that year. I knew it could have been me in 2019, but I really just learned patience. And I knew in 2020 I'd be right there because I had put the work in. It's like a bank. When you put the money in, you could deposit it. And that's how I was feeling it. So I knew it was going to play out. I just had to be patient with it.
Now, patience and everything. And I think a lot of that patience does come to the 2021 draft because you never know when you're going to get your name called. You never know where you're going to lie. So are you going to go to Ohio with your family, or you kind of plan just to have a laid back time with your family, watching it and celebrating with them?
I don't know. I'm gonna be stressing out. I know that. I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna be home with a small little, my main family. I don't know if I'm even watch the TV. I might go play like video games or something. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to. I'm definitely gonna be stressing, and no patience is gonna be able to save me. So, but I'll be around, close group of family and my best friends. I know just supported me for everything and love me to the moon. So it'll be good to be around them and be comfortable and just laid back.
Yeah, of course, definitely. I can't even imagine the stress, of that day. We'll definitely be watching and we'll be cheering if we hear your name called as well. But we're going to get into some fun questions to kind of finish this off real quick. So you went to Pittsburgh. What is the one place, if somebody were to go to that campus, that they absolutely have to visit on your campus?
Like just any place, you got to go to the Cathedral. The Cathedral of Learning is the pinnacle of campus. Like it's the main thing. You can see it from anywhere in Pittsburgh. It was built in the mid to early, I think early 19 in the 90s. I'm tripping in 19 in the early 1900s, and just the architecture and the detail in that building. And then there's nationality rooms where there's rooms made from every country with authentic, detailed descriptions, and you can just go in there. And it's open to the public during the day, all the time. At night too, it's normally always open. It's a little different now because of COVID, but before you could just walk in and take pictures, and it's just a really amazing building.
Yeah, that's awesome. A lot of history behind it, it sounds like. So definitely people will go have to visit that. Now, do you have any game day rituals, anything that you do before every single game?
Again, I'm a very detailed and like scheduled person. So I did the same thing every game from like waking up in the morning to getting like everything was the same. But I would say you know, I just was big on sitting down after my normal stretch routine, all that the same. Just once I got back to that locker room with about 40 minutes, big on locking in. I had a notes in my phone that I would read before every game. Kind of no type of recognition, no first team, second team, ACC preseason honors, no All American, no watch list, no nothing. And just goals I had for my season and myself to be All American, to put myself in the best position to be drafted. All that, and I'll just sit there before the game and kind of read those notes and get that in my mind to get in the mode to go out there and show what I'm capable of and accomplish all those things that I have typed in my phone.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, you say you're from Florida. So what is the one food that you think is the best in Florida? We're from North, so I know down South barbecue's a big thing, but I'm not from Florida, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you're talking to somebody that loves food, and I mean, there's a lot down there. But I would just from since I've lived down there, for me it would either have to be the like the Cuban food. It's amazing
Mm.
down there, or the fish. A lot of restaurants with great fish and seafood. So, but I've really fallen in love with Cuban food lately. So that's been my thing. Whenever I'm home, I always go a few times.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. For us, it's like we're from like the Philly, South Jersey area. So for us, it's like cheesesteaks. And that's like the main
Oh,
thing.
I
And
had a couple of those. I've only had like two, I think, when I was in Philly. Like two in one
yeah.
day.
Well, you got to go to like Pat's or Ginos or the Alessandros. Those are the best in Philadelphia. So
I think I was on a visit somewhere out there, and I think somebody gave me some from one of those places. I couldn't tell you though, but they were good.
yeah.
I can see why you guys.
Yeah, they're the best. We don't got Cuban food, but we do got some cheesesteaks.
You gotta get on the Cuban food way. You might switch over.
I know, yeah, you're completely right. But the last question I have for you is if you could have any Gatorade color or flavor for the rest of your life, what would it be? Only one.
Uh, I would say the clear. Have you ever had the clear in the little bottles?
I've never had it, but it's so funny because somebody else said the same thing our last interview, and I was like, I don't know if I would like that one.
The best Gatorade there ever is. I don't even know what flavor it is, but it's amazing. And
I
it only comes in like the little bottles. I've never seen it in a full-size Gatorade bottle.
Really, I've never tried it because I'm like, it probably just tastes like water. But isn't it like
It's like
cherry or I don't know, something like that?
kiwi or something like I don't know. It's amazing, but or like a mystery flavor or something. But I've never seen it in the big bottles. They only have it in those small ones. And
Yeah, well, I'll definitely have to try it then because 2 for 2 now on the clear Gatorade color.
I'll send you an Amazon order of them. So
Yeah, there
can
you
try
go. Perfect. There you go. I'll test it out and let you know. But
do a review.
yeah, absolutely. Looks like you got a bright future ahead. So very excited to see where you go.
I appreciate you. Thank you for calling me and having this.
Yeah, of course. No problem. Well, if you ever need anything, feel free to reach out to us. And like I said before, best of luck. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Have a good day.